In the previous video, we talked about the increasingly disruptive challenges that we face as individuals, as organizations, and as societies. In this video, we'll talk about a concrete example of disruption, one that, by joining the U.Lab, you will be helping to co-shape. I'm talking about the amazing moment of disruption that we are living through in higher education, not only here at MIT, but also around the world. I'm standing here in front of the main building of our MIT campus. It was built exactly 100 years ago. Over the past century, it gave birth to many significant innovations in society. When they built this campus, they had a very clear idea of ordering. At the top level, the library, abstract knowledge. Below that, math, then physics, then applied sciences. And in the basement, you had mining and metallurgy. We are now on the top level of the building, right under the dome. The library is still here. Some things, however, have changed. When you look around, you see most of the books have faded into the background, into the neighboring rooms. And today, most of the reading takes place right here at the computer screen. So technology has changed, but the old order is still in place. Wherever you are in the world, if you went to school, a setup like this probably will look familiar to you. The teacher up front, talking, students sitting in neat rows, listening. Education today is going through a moment of profound disruption. What's ending and dying is an old model of education that works through classrooms like this, through lecturing and listening. What's being born is a new model of education that works to learn by doing. Here are three principles that we believe will be at the core of the 21st century university and that we would like to prototype with you in this MOOC over the next few weeks. Number one, taking the learning from the classroom into the streets. Linking hand in hand. MIT has always been a great place for linking hand in hand, but over the past decade or so, we have seen major educational innovations that take students out of the classroom into the streets in order to engage with the real world. Look around. MIT is a really small place, just a few buildings, just a few people. And yet, the impact of this place in its community has been quite significant. For example, the combined revenue of companies founded by MIT graduates is surpassing $2 trillion. It would make it the 10th largest economy in the world. And it's an amazing example of the power of entrepreneurship, which really is the power of linking the head and the hand. What we believe is that the next evolutionary step of this power is to link the head and the hand with the intelligence of the heart. Most young people I know across cultures actually aspire to do the same thing, to use their entrepreneurship and their creativity in a way that's connected to their passion and in a way that makes the world a better place. So the second principle here is about linking the power of entrepreneurship with passion and with compassion, which is the intelligence of the heart. The third principle is about self-knowledge. What is self-knowledge? Self-knowledge essentially is an inquiry into the two root questions of creativity, which are, who is myself and what is my work? Who is myself means, what is my highest future possibility? What is my work means, what is the future that I want to be a part of in my journey forward? The U.Lab will take you on a journey in which you will encounter these questions, learn new tools, and apply them into action. In this class, we invite you to co-pioneer with us a global action learning platform that takes the process of learning from the classroom to the real world, from the head to the heart, and from the heart to the hand. We designed a learning environment for you that is more personal, more practical, more relational, more mindful, more collective, and more transformative. More personal means that you're expected to bring your full self into the class, into the conversation. More practical means that each week will provide you with a new tool that you take and apply in your local context of change. And more relational means that each week you will meet in a coaching circle where you apply deep listening and deep dialogue in order to help each other to deal with challenges and opportunities that you face in your work as a change maker. More mindful means that each week we'll introduce you to a mindfulness practice that allows you to become more aware and to shift the inner place from that you operate. More collective means that the lab invites you on a journey not only as an individual, but also as a community. There will be 3 live video streamed sessions that will convene the entire community of lab participants in real time, which is another first that we try to prototype in this lab. And more transformative means that the essence of this lab is to introduce you to a social technology that allows you to sense and actualize your highest future possibility. This transformation from the old university with abstract knowledge at the top and applied knowledge at the bottom to the new university with self-knowledge at its core also requires us to evolve the concept of science from only looking at external data to also exploring the more subtle aspects of our experience by bending the beam of scientific observation back onto the observing self. U.Lab invites you on such a journey of reflection and renewal.